Eastern Bali, a site of this Indonesian island that you may not be so familiar with. It's here that you can find volcanoes, sunken shipwrecks, incredible corals and lush green lands. We're starting our trip from Canggu, one of the busy hubs in Bali, followed by a scenic road trip through numerous little villages, rice paddies and jaw-dropping landscapes. It's a 3-hour drive to Amed, which is where our adventure begins. Welcome to the alluring Eastern Bali.
Oh, this is so cool! There's so many more! Wow!
The town of Amed is a little fishing community, mixed with expats calling this home. The beaches are volcanic black sand with hundreds of boats parked along the shoreline. In the not so far distance, towering above the horizon is Mount Agung, one of Bali's active volcanoes. And for our first afternoon, we're blessed with the reminder of how tropical this paradise is. A sunset shower to cool off before heading to bed, because we've got an early start tomorrow. We left at 4:30 this morning, and it's taken about an hour, but we have now arrived in what feels like a rice paddy haven. This is an incredible way to start our first morning in Amed.
Welcome back for another adventure with Benny and Meeka. Selamat pagi! Wow, what a morning we've had! We started our morning so early this morning. We scooted all the way from Amed and we've come to the base of Mount Agung for the most incredible views for sunrise.
You can't quite see it now because it's shrouded in cloud, but what we saw this morning was nothing short of incredible. The sunlight was just kissing it and just casting an orange hue across the whole of the mountain scene.
It was really special. We actually had on the map to go to a place called Bukit Sinta, which is kind of on Instagram and Google Map known as a popular viewpoint here. Just so you know, at the moment they have put a fence up, so that spot is no longer available. So we went rogue, but it was the best decision we've ever made. We got to meet some of the most friendliest locals. Ben and I have been practicing our Bahasa, so we got to kind of speak to them about their morning and did some Google translating and communicating, and they were loving it.
Bagus. But it's so nice just to be able to talk with the locals. I think they find it really respectful that you are trying at least.
Well, it's heating up now. It's starting to get quite hot. Saya panas, which means I'm hot in Bahasa. But we're gonna go get some breakfast. So there's lots of cute cafes. We're gonna take you guys to brekkie, and then we've got some awesome things planned.
So we've arrived at breakfast. We've got quite a feast. We're here at Good Stuff, and it's got so many eco-friendly products with foods and everything. Really cool place, but let's do the taste test.
So we just made it back from breakfast from the Good Spot. Absolutely delicious. If you guys come to Amed, make sure you pop in there. Really healthy and organic. Now we've made it back, I wanted to show you the view. We are actually right on the beach. Look at this for a spot. This costs $25 Australian per night, And you're here surrounded with the local families. Every morning they get out early on these boats that you see that are all lined up, and they go catch fish for their lunch and dinner. But now we are actually going to be heading to our very first snorkeling spot of Amed, and it's called Jamaluk Beach. Ready to go?
I'm ready. There's something so therapeutic about snorkeling for us. I find that if we're anywhere new and there's the option to explore the waters, you can almost be sure one of us will be checking it out, whether it's above or below the surface. It'd be rude not to, right? Especially when the water is this inviting. It is so vibrant. All the different coloured fish, the corals, the water visibility is so clear. It's an absolute treat. So we've just packed up our stuff and jumped down to the beach. We've gone 10 minutes up the road and we're now at Lipa Beach, which is said to be almost the holy grail in comparison to Jamaluk. Jamaluk is a little bit bleached in some spots. Lipa is supposed to be the perfect example of what it was, so we're pretty excited to get in here.
How cool is the sand? It is so soft and it's completely black. I've never seen sand like this before. Normally it's like grainy and rocky, the volcanic sand. This one is like the Whitsunday sand in Australia that you find from black. I don't think I can wait any longer. Let's get in the water.
When we're underwater exploring, time moves at a different speed. Your heart beats slower, and if you watch closely enough, everything you see has a purpose. Even when you are watching, you just never know what you might see next. It's a magical feeling that's hard to describe. I just hope that everyone can experience something so whimsical at least once in their life.
Okay, so we have finished up snorkeling and we've come to Amed Sunset Point, which is about 5 minutes from our place that we're staying at. The view here is amazing. We've got Mount Agung in all its glory, literally just there. And it's 250,000 for both of us. We get to use that as a credit for drinks and food, and you can also swim in their infinity pool. It's a really cool place to hang out. Let me show you.
If you were going to pick somewhere to watch the sunset with comfort, you can't go past this option. The drinks were delicious and the views did not disappoint.
Good morning, guys. So we got up so early this morning because we were coming to see Mount Agung from another viewpoint called Langan Sweet. It's the epic kind of treehouse vibe one, and you just have the most spectacular view of the mountains. But we got up to the gate and they have closed it for a ceremony. If you know one thing about the Balinese culture, their traditions are so important to them and they have huge amounts of ceremonies. Just another reason to celebrate. So this morning it's closed and it reopens at 4 p.m. So we've just come down the road here and got this really sick view of the mountains, and the cloud is like pouring in and like doing all these cool shapes like a dragon. But it's been really fun. After this we're going to head to a temple, see a little bit more of the traditional side of Bali, but we are going to show you this awesome cloud dance. Enjoy. Okay, so we've just arrived at Ganga. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It was 2,000 for parking. We got some fish food and we're about to get our entry ticket. It looks pretty special. Oh my god. Oh. I don't think I've seen anything quite like this. It's so decorative.
So we've just been walking around now and we have realised that it is so much more than just a photo opportunity, isn't it?
It's somewhere really special that you can come. It's known as a water temple, and that's why the big pools that surrounded this place. There's actually even a swimming pool, so if you're a little bit hot, bring your bathers. It's an extra 10,000 per person and you can go for a swim in this really epic spot.
As you come through, you will see a lot of people taking photos right at the front with just the koi fish. But if you come wandering around the whole grounds, it is so pretty and there's nature everywhere. It's been a lot of fun walking around here and just seeing all the trees, the buildings, all of their culture just steeped through the whole place. It's amazing.
So I think that's a wrap for this morning's adventure. I'm pretty hungry. We are going to go get some breakfast and then we're going to go diving at somewhere that has been highly anticipated for us. One of the top reasons we actually came to Amed. So we'll see you guys at breakfast.
This is exactly what we needed before going snorkeling for the afternoon. Cozy cafe vibes, nutritious filling food and a bloody good coconut. Next stop, Japanese shipwreck point. This site truly lived up to the hype. We're looking back and forth at each other in complete awe. It feels like we're in an aquarium. So we just come out of the water from snorkeling in at the Japanese shipwreck from World War II. The soft corals, I've never seen anything like that before, and there was so many different fish, and we actually saw a really cool one. It was a boxfish, Tamika didn't get to see one last time that we saw one. Well, that I saw one. This time she spotted it and it was so colourful. Everything down there was so colourful. It's actually incredible to see everything down there. But we're just going to have a little breather now, rehydrate, and I think we might jump back in. The Japanese shipwreck is a must-do if you're visiting the area. There's guides you can book or you can just go out solo. We try to live by this saying, if you can leave nature better than where you found it, you're doing the right thing. Meaning, if you see some rubbish, it takes 2 seconds to pick it up. So, we should help keep our beautiful world, well, beautiful.
Good morning, guys. So it's attempt 2 on seeing the Langan Sweet viewpoint of Mount Agung. There's not a ceremony this morning, but there is so much cloud. It's so thick, we can hardly even see the road when we were driving. It's starting to clear here, but it still looks like it's going to be covering for any view at all. We've decided that we're going to walk it up here. Quite muddy and steep, otherwise you can pay 50,000 per person and you can get the Jeep. Oh my god, there's Mount Agung! It's clearing, it's actually clearing, I can see down there. Oh my gosh, we gotta get up there. Let's go!
To say that we are grateful to have had this moment is a complete understatement. It has been 3 days of trial and tribulation to be able to have this moment right now.
This morning it was looking bleak, but oh my goodness, it opened up and we are stoked to have seen Mount Agung from this viewpoint.
It's actually really cool to be able to see it from up here because down below is a really cool valley just filled with rice terraces, and I think just to make it all that more scenic and perfect, the cloud just continuously rolling. It looks incredible, hey? No 2 days would ever be the same here. I think you're always going to be in for something different. But the viewpoint that they've made here at Langan Sweet is really, really beautiful. Amed kind of seems a little bit off the beaten path to your normal kind of Kuta, Canggu, Seminyak. So we would highly recommend to come here. This has been a really fun experience. In the most eastern part of all of Bali, this is where you want to have on your bucket list. We're Benny and Meeka. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next adventure. Bye!